For Dickey's Deep Thoughts, the best part of the day, in my opinion. El Niño is setting in, if I recollect correctly, right? But what many don't know, what does that mean for our winter here in Southwest Florida? So meteorologist Jim Dickey is breaking it down for us.
That's me. Yeah. So we're under an El Nino watch. You might not have known that. No. 75% chance per NOAA that we're going to see El Nino settle in. We're actually right on that threshold right now to see El Nino go. And for us in Southwest Florida, when El Nino sets in, it really means one thing: above average rainfall. In fact, what I went and did, I took a look at all of the data over the past 50 to 60 years, all of the El Ninos we've seen. I then looked at the rain we saw. 78% of El Nino winters bring us above average rainfall. In fact, 3 of our top 5 rainiest winters of all time, December, February, January, what I'm talking about,
cool.
have been El Nino years. You might remember 2016.
Who could forget?
You probably don't. You weren't down here just yet, but Jen probably does remember 2016. Yep. Over 18 inches of rain.
Wow.
Through the winter. It was a rainy, rainy winter.
It wasn't fun.
Because of El Nino. It also means a couple of other things. So go ahead and take this full, guys. This is sort of the general pattern that sets up during El Nino. Because of those warmer waters in the Pacific, we get what's called the subtropical jet to work across Florida. Brings a little more energy, it brings more disturbances in, and it tends to bring, like I said, that above average rainfall. But it also tends to bring with it the threat for severe weather. So those are sort of the 3 takeaways, I think, for the upcoming winter. We're going to see above average rainfall in all likelihood. Temperatures will be pretty close to average. And yeah, the threat for severe weather. You likely, Jen, also remember 2016, what happened in Cape Coral. That terrible tornado.
Tornadoes that came seemingly out of nowhere.
Right, right. So that's something we'll be watching for this winter. Typically, we do get a couple of severe weather events. Of note, though, that past El Nino in 2016 was much, much stronger than what we're going to see this year. So I don't think we see anything quite like what we saw last year rainfall-wise, and hopefully we don't see nearly as strong with the storms, too.
Well, this seems frustrating because we're coming off of what seemed to be a very rainy, hot summer, too, so it's almost no reprieve.
Right. There's positives and negatives to it. I mean, we don't want to see a really rainy winter because that means more releases from Lake O and everything like that. But when you do have a rainy winter, it means you don't have as bad of a fire season.
Yeah, the brush fire
from the
season.
spring.
Sure.
So benefits, positives, negatives. Yeah.